Hey everyone, my name is Aaron and today I'm going to show you how to create a schematic using AI in Flux. There's actually a couple different ways of doing this, and today I'll show you the two most common methods, creating by prompt or by datasheet. Both are very efficient ways of creating schematics, so without much further ado, let's dive right in. The first method is to create a schematic using a prompt, which you can type into the text box right here. A prompt is basically just a bunch of sentences that describes your project in detail. Flux reads it, looks at your current design, and either gives you advice or actually takes action, like placing components, connecting them, or suggesting parts. So think of Flux as a fast junior engineer. It's powerful, but you still need to review its work and give it enough detail for it to create what you have in mind. So let's get started. Okay, so here's my prompt. I want to build a circuit that blinks an LED using the NE555 timer. For resistors, capacitors, and LEDs, please use the 0603 package. For power input, use a USB-C connector, and for the final size of the board, please keep it to around or less than 30mm by 30mm. Now, here's the thing that no one tells you when designing PCBs using AI. The quality of your output depends almost entirely on the quality of your prompt. First, we have context. So what are you trying to build? It's usually a one sentence, very high level description of what your project actually entails. Next, we have constraints. So what are the limits of your design? This usually includes things like power budget, size, cost, and environment. And the last ingredient is components. So basically you want to be as specific as you can as to what you're trying to build and if there's any specific components you want to use in your circuit, which is why I mentioned the NE555 timer and also the fact that all of these little components should be using the 0603 package. If I didn't mention these things, Flux could have chosen other parts in the library that aren't really suitable for my use case here. Stitching these three ingredients together, that's a prompt Copilot can actually act on. Vague prompts like design me a sensor board will give you very vague results. Basically, specific prompts give you specific boards. And now we can click send. So let's see what happens. Keep in mind that sometimes one prompt is not enough. Flux may initiate a conversation with you where it asks for clarifying questions and other details about your board that helps it create a better schematic. So as you can see, Flux is still thinking and still actively working on our project, but it has provided us with a plan that we can read through, which is really useful because it helps us confirm that what Flux is building is exactly what we have in mind. Alright, and just like that, it looks like Flux has actually placed down the components onto our workspace, which is so cool. Now, Flux hasn't actually connected the components, which makes sense because it's still working, so let's give it a little bit more time. Feel free to double check all the components to make sure they align with what you actually want. Boom. And just like that, Flux has created our entire schematic for us. You can see that it's created every single net portal, added every single component, and has also added the no connects on the USB-C connector because we don't actually need every single pin to go somewhere. And that is how you build a schematic using a prompt in Flux. As always, double check your schematic to make sure all the parts are available and if there's any missing net portals that could compromise your schematic. Here I'm checking the availability of every single component just to make sure I can actually manufacture this PCB when I do make it. The other way that you can design a schematic using AI in Flux is by providing the Copilot a photo of a typical schematic of your circuit or the entire datasheet. So let's give this a try. Okay, so what you see here is an attached photo of the NE555 timer. Basically, I went on Google and searched up NE555 timer typical schematics and found this image. Now we're going to tell Flux to recreate this schematic. And once again, we'll give it a little bit more context and detail. So this time for my prompt, I've specifically mentioned to just provide the schematic and don't lay out parts. A fair warning is that sometimes if you don't include something like recreate this schematic or just provide the schematic, don't lay out the parts, Flux will actually go ahead and recreate your entire PCB for you from start to finish. Now, if that's what you want, perfect. But if you just want the schematic done, make sure to tell Flux that. Okay, so let's click send and see what happens. Just a heads up, if your schematic is very, very large, you may want to just import the file into Flux. Otherwise, a photo of the schematic can also work. Okay, so looks like Flux is fully done. It said work done, added the full schematic only part set, and has given us all of these different details and a success criteria review. So once you read through this and confirm that what Flux has built is exactly what you're looking for, you're done. Right now, Flux excels at recreating simple schematics, But for larger, more complicated PDFs that have multiple pages and multiple schematic versions, you're better off taking a screenshot of just one or uploading the Altium, KiCad, or Cadence file. Once Flux has finished your schematic, it's always nice to go into the ERC and check that everything is good, and it looks like it is. It's also a really good practice to double check all the components by hand and to ask Flux to verify your design once more. Hopefully this tutorial helped. If you have any questions, make sure to comment them down below and I will get to you as fast as I can. Anyways, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace!